Hi friends, today we are doing my series priorities for 2024. There are 9 series I plan on prioritizing. At the end of this video, there's going to be a little bit of a chatty part about why I'm not doing a series spreadsheet tracker video this year, and this is kind of replacing it. I want to do that at the end for people who want to stick around for it, and we're going to jump right on into the series that I plan on prioritizing in 2024. Let's get the easy ones done with. The Book of the Ice series by Mark Lawrence for Backlist Book Club. So we're reading December, February, and April. This is our series to read. I'm really excited to complete this because I read The Girl in the Stars like 2 years ago, and then this past year I read The Girl in the Mountain, but I have not finished with The Girl in the Moon, so I'm excited to do a reread and finish this. This is a priority for me. It's been something I've been working towards for the last year, so I really need to get it done, and I'm excited that you guys are all coming on a journey with me to read these and talk about them, and I hope so many of you love them the way that I have. But that's my first trilogy. Nice and easy. In the spirit of 2024 being the year that we're nicer to ourselves, a lot of these are mandatory series, but also they're only mandatory because I was excited about them. Like, I didn't just randomly pick this series as backlist. It was a series I wanted to read and finish, so why not make it a priority read? Because that's what this list is. This is the list that I'm super excited to read next year. In similar vein, we have the Age of Myth or the Legends of the First Empire series by Michael J. Sullivan. This is a 6-book long series, and I'm reading this over on my Patreon for our new read-along on the Wyvern tier. I've been putting this off for so long because it is 6 books long, and I'm typically not a 6-book long lover. Like, 3 to 5 books is my perfect amount. However, I've heard so many great things about this series, so I'm really excited that I've convinced everyone in my Discord to read it with me. I'm hoping that we will love this, binge our way through it. Well, we're not binging. It's like one every 2 months. I'm really excited to see all of our thoughts on this one. Let's just continue with the mandatory reads and the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I'm just gonna hold up Air of Fire because this is technically the one that I haven't read that's next, but I'm rereading the first 2, and just for Hannah, I will be trying Assassin's Blade first. Also, she told me I have to read it first, so I'm going to be rereading with Assassin's Blade first and reading the entire series this year. I'm really excited to binge my way through this. This is another read-along I'm doing with my Patreons, but this is less official. This one has specific months, and we're going to do a live show. This one is just read at your own pace. Let's talk in the Discord, and let's fangirl together. I'm really excited to continue. Everyone who's read Tog, I think, likes Tog more than ACOTAR, but ACOTAR is more well-known, so I feel like ACOTAR really gets talked about quite a bit. Not that Tog isn't well known, but I feel like the ACOTAR girlies are louder than the Tog girlies, but the Tog girlies are the Tog girlies. It sounded like I was talking in code, but yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. I really need to stop waving these around like it's a wand. Like, what is going on? I'm not Alex Russo. A really quick little duology that I'm hoping to prioritize and finish is The Flame and Sparrow. This is a fantasy romance. There is one last book. I read this earlier this year, and I really had a fun time with this. It leaves off on a cliffhanger, so there is one last book in the duology, and I'm really excited to get to it. It's called Ash and Feather. I believe it's coming out mid-year, springish time. I'm going to prioritize definitely finishing this duology. I mean, there's no reason to leave duologies unfinished when you're really excited about one. Another series that I am very excited to continue, Mortal Techniques by Rob J. Hayes. A little unofficially, we're doing a Haze-a-thon on my Patreon in 2024. We just all have been screaming from the rooftops about Haze since people started reading Eska, and we all loved Along the Razor's Edge. And I read Pawn's Gambit this year and really had a fun time with it for SBF B09. It's a series, a trilogy of standalones within the Mortal Techniques world. So this is technically the 2nd book, but they are standalone, so I still need to read Never Die and Spirits of Vengeance. I'm really hoping to prioritize these. I have the audios for all of them. Hayes is an incredible, phenomenal writer. I'm also hoping to prioritize the Ties That Bind series by Rob J. Hayes. I feel like he's hinted on Twitter about this being a good year to read this trilogy, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, I don't know what's happening, but it's probably going to be a special edition, and it's probably going to take my money, and I'm going to read this now so that I can say that I loved it and then buy those and have them. I want to prioritize this one. I only own the first book currently, but I'm really excited. I know literally nothing about this besides that it's written by Rob J. Hayes. Rob J. Hayes wrote one of my favorite series. I'm willing to try anything and see if I like them. If they don't work for me, they don't work, but if they do, they're probably going to really work. And so that's why I'm trying this, because Along the Razor's Edge was such an incredible series, and from what I've read from Mortal Techniques, the uniqueness of the magic systems and the world building, along with compelling characters, is really Hayes' strong suit, and I love both of those things. The next series I really need to prioritize is the Rainwild Chronicles. I have one book left of the 4-book-long series, and then I can continue on with the last series in the Realm of the Elderlings, but I really shouldn't be sitting on this one book considering I binged like the first 3 series in Realm of the Elderlings within like 6 months. So the fact that I have been sitting on this book for like a year, I really need to read it. I want to, I'm gonna push myself to. As much as Rainwild Chronicles I feel like gets a little hate in the Realm of the Elderlings sphere, I still like the dragons. I still think it's incredible. It may be the weakest of the series as a whole, but I also just like love this side of the Elderling world with like the dragons and these people and all of that I'm really interested to see how this one ends. And of course I want to continue on in Realm of the Elderlings as well. If you haven't read this work of art, you definitely should pick them up. I also would really like to prioritize, this is the year of like series of standalones apparently. I didn't think I was a standalone girly, and now I have 2 series that are full of standalones, but the Mortal Enemies to Monster Lovers series, I have read Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, but there are 4 others, I only own 2, that I would like to try. I think reading a standalone within a already existing world, that's what most of these do, is a really easy way to try a new author, specifically a fantasy romance author, because I can kind of figure out if I'm gonna vibe with your writing style or your characters or your world. Slaying the Shadow Prince and Slaying the Shifter Prince are definitely the more heavy priorities just because I've heard a lot about these things, but Slaying the Frost King and Slaying the Naga King, also really excited to try. I just need to get my hands on them because I love these covers so much, and I'm really excited. I'm in my fantasy romance era and I'm always looking for new authors to fangirl about. Another series that I just have 1 book left in, so I really want to prioritize, is the Scholomance series. I literally only have the Golden Enclaves left, and this is very short. I've given this entire series 5 stars as I've read them, so I don't think that this will be any different. So I really do need to finish the series off. I'm really excited about it to see how it ends, specifically after the cliffhanger that I just read. It's a school setting, which I love. The school's out to like kill you. There's like magic that's kind of dark, and I really enjoyed this quite a bit. And the last series I really want to prioritize, I probably won't get to finishing it, the Blood Grace series by Villa Roth. I own all of these and I really need to continue. I have read the first 2, so I'm on to book 3. This is technically book 3, these 2, and this is technically book 4, and I believe there is Blood Gift that is also out, and Blood Feast is coming out this year, and then there is also a novella. Although like my goal is to like finish these things, I don't know if I will finish these, but I would like to prioritize reading them. I've been kind of reading them as the audiobooks come out slowly. I would like to continue reading them. I'm really enjoying this series. I love the slow burn, the build, the really cool vampires, the magic system, all of that. So like I really do want to continue reading these. I've never read a series quite like the Blood Solace series, so I really hope I continue to love it and can prioritize it. So there you go. Those are the 9 priority series. I just wanted to sit down and kind of talk about why I'm not making a series spreadsheet video this year. I do have one. I do keep it up to date. I like to keep it up to date. However, I feel like when I make those videos, I feel pressured to like DNF series because they're series that I haven't made any improvement on in like the last 4 years. And I think YouTube and booktube as a community kind of stresses the fact that we need to get our series reading down. But I don't really enjoy that outlook. I don't really enjoy the idea that I can't have just like a big open TBR. As a mood reader at times, I like to look at this spreadsheet and be like, oh, I haven't continued that, but I can. And that gives me happiness knowing that there are a lot of series out there that I haven't finished yet. Obviously, I love to binge series. I love to complete series. That's why I'm prioritizing these series. But I'm also okay with like taking my time with some series that aren't necessarily going to be a all-time favorite, because I don't think every book can or should be an all-time favorite. Being a book that I'm really going to slowly enjoy over the time is also okay. I know there are a few series on there that I could probably say I'm going to DNF because I probably won't continue them, but I also like the ability to continue them. And yes, it's my own pressure that if I take them off my spreadsheet, I'm saying I can't continue them, but that is just like what that signifies for me. I think I just decided not to do that video to kind of let myself say like I'm a mood reader and I'm okay having started 160 series this year. Like that is fine with me. That is not an accurate number. I just have made that off the top of my head, but it's probably pretty close to the ongoing series I have. And like, that's okay. It's okay to not finish series. It's okay to not feel the pressure to finish series. It's okay to just read what you want to read when you want to read it. And that is my goal going into this year. That's what this is, because this is literally, that's why there's only 9. I probably normally would have been like, oh, I need to round up to 10. But like, who cares? Who cares? These are the ones I'm really extra excited about. So there's 9 because there wasn't a 10th one that I was extra excited about. And that's okay. Leave me a present emoji down below if you just want to say that you were here, or you can comment down below telling me a series you're going to prioritize in 2024. If you'd like to connect with me on other platforms, my Bookstagram, my book Twitter, my Goodreads, and my Patreon, all linked in the description bar below. Have yourselves an absolutely remarkable day.